What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title that I've had recommended to me by my audience, actually. They were playing through these Steam Next Fest demos, and I've had multiple people ping me about this one because they heard that I was a giant fan of King's Field. I think that, this is a controversial opinion right here, it's probably going to get me eaten alive, but I think that FromSoft's best work was all prior to Dark Souls. That's not to say that Dark Souls is not a great game. That's not to say that Elden Ring is not a great game. Absolutely love those titles. But I really preferred the first-person dungeon crawlers that they were playing around back in the PlayStation 2 era before they hit it big with Dark Souls. They had just an uncanny design schema when it came to making dungeons and games that felt very eerie, and they felt suspenseful, and it actually felt like you were creeping through dungeons and mines dark and deep that had the unknown inside of them. And so anyways, this game is modeled after that, and then this game also invokes the name of Lunacid, which is another one of those games that I tried to promote here at the Nerd Castle, but nobody was super into it when I showed it off. I'm guessing there's not a ton of King's Field fans left out there. We're aging out, we're getting old and gray, and we're just not banging our gong for King's Field loud enough. And so I'm taking a day to promote another title that is in a genre that I very much enjoy, which is basically one character diving into a dungeon. There's danger and traps everywhere. The place feels eerie. It feels deadly. Those are the types of dungeon crawlers that I really like, and they don't get made a ton anymore. So VERHO, we're going to play this Steam Next Fest demo for about the next 30 minutes, see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that you would rather not play for yourself. If after watching this you wanted to get VERHO, I've got really good news for you. The demo is up right now, and you can play it as much as you want. Developer emailed me, and he said that there's like 3-4 hours of gameplay inside of it right now. 2 or 3 hours, I guess. 2 to 4 hours. It was one of those numbers. I got a bad memory. My brain don't work none too good. But let's dive on in. 30 minutes on the clock. Let's do this thing.
In distant times, the world knew no peace. Fires of war burned incessantly, and poverty spread everywhere. Nonetheless, for those who look back, that past era seems like a paradise lost. 600 years have passed since that fateful day which changed the face of the world forever. On that day, anyone who met another human being perished. The population dramatically dwindled, nearly to nothing, while those who survived usually did not escape death for long thereafter. No one knew the cause of that tragic event, and humanity plunged into the era of solitude, which lasted for the next 264 years. During that time, the only interaction between people was through exchanging letters in designated places and similar methods. At least, that is what the surviving records from those dark days proclaim. This history does not seem complete. Somehow, humanity managed to survive and propagate, although there exists no known records of how it was achieved. The only thing people were certain of regarding the curse that befell the world was its source, Yariv, a small country surrounded by hills. Nobody knows the exact events that occurred there, but for some reason, many knew that it had been the place from which the misfortune originated. In the year 264 of the Era of Solitude, a miracle occurred. The person who went down in history as the Maker discovered the secret behind the workings of the curse. It was not merely that people could not meet each other. They were doomed to die if someone saw another's face. The Maker shared the discovery with the rest of the world, and also provided people with masks, a new symbol of safety. Thus, a new era began, the Mask Era. 327 years have passed since that day, and humanity slowly rose from its downfall. Many regard the Maker as a savior, while some even worship him as a divine being, although the Maker himself never desired such benevolence. However, nobody knows the true reasons behind the tragic catastrophe that befell humanity. Over the past 3 centuries, many ventured to Yariv in search of answers, yet none returned. And you as well have decided to cross the borders into the accursed kingdom. Before you knew it, an unnatural mist enveloped you. The mist thickened, and you felt your strength draining away, until all you saw was a black abyss.
I have an observation already. You're gonna want to hire a real voice actor for the intro right there. Like one of those Gandalf-sounding dudes that can really, like, infuse the storyline with the severity that it has coming. Okay, so we are in the middle of what looks like a lot of trees in a forest. Let's move forward, I suppose. There's not really anywhere else to go. You who have entered Yariv, you've lost everything. From material possessions to memories, and even your name. If you wish to proceed further, you must reclaim them. At least, the essentials. I'm more worried about my mask right now. I gotta get my mask on so that I can meet some cool post-apocalyptic ladies. That's what we're trying to do right now. I'm gonna keep walking this way. Is there a cliff over there? There is a cliff over there. Ooh, what is this thing? Remember your name. You must not forget. Recall it and carve it into the stone so that it is never forgotten. Okay. What is your name? My name is Steve. Good. You remember. Now turn around and don't look back. Only then will you reach Yariv. Okay. I guess I'll follow this little road thing right here. I think I see a bridge. Can I, like, jump? Oh, I can. I'm a prolific jumper. Okay, good to know. When do I get my sword? I want to stab a guy. We gonna stab a guy soon? I feel like a guy needs to get stabbed. I can feel it broiling beneath the surface. In this world, everyone hides behind a mask. But beneath it, there's always something more. Yours, your identity, whatever it may be, you need to remember. Okay. What kind of masks do we have? I am an Inquisitor. In the name of the sacred Rahish order, I will cleanse the plagued lands, destroy the evil of the fallen kingdom, and judge anyone that stands in my way. Is that really you? Steve the Inquisitor be pretty fun. I'm down for a little bit of the old inquisitorial nonsense. Let me look around the masks and kind of see what's here. Okay, so there's a number of different classes that we can pick from here. You've got an Inquisitor, you've got a Sorcerer, you've got a Knight, you've got Nobody, so this guy starts out with no stats, no nothing. You've got a Thief, you've got a Scholar, and you've got a Brawler. So it really comes, I like how they gave the Brawler like a little mustache right there. Like he's got like a little mustache thing going on. For the sake of what I always do in video games, I like playing Sword and Board Knights. I like the nobility of it. I like the creed of it. So we're going with a Knight here today. That's me. You remember. Good. That's an important step. Now, turn around, don't look back, and only then will you reach. That's what you said last time. You're the worst instructions giver on Earth. I'm never asking you for any directions ever at a gas station. All you keep telling me to do is turn around. To survive there, you must fight. Remember what you learned on the other side. Laser sword? Laser sword! Yeah! None of your landscaping attempts can stop me. Your containment wall has been breached by the power of my magic blade. Another gate, potentially taking us to Yariv. Oh, who is this dude? Are you a bad guy? Yeah, it looks like he's a bad guy. Yep, I think that's verified at this point. Let's see if we can take him down real quick. It does look like I can parry, although how effective it's gonna be, I don't know. Please die. A little bit more hit feedback would be nice too. I think they could probably get some better sound effects in there as well. There we go. Got him, dude. That guy was an unholy damage sink. Definitely lower his HP. You only get one opportunity for a first impression. This guy needs to have like his HP halved, or give him like a health bar or something. Good. If you pass through these doors, there will be no return, though for you, there isn't one anyways. Okay. Well, we're here. That's good news. I wonder if they kept the FMVs or whatever that they've got in between all these super low resolution, like super low pixel count, like super low bitrate on purpose, so that it like emulated the old FMVs from days back then where they were all like super artifacted out and whatnot, just to conserve space on a CD. Rotten Valley. Okay. Let's go through this little tunnel. There's a guy sitting over there. I will take a broken sword. Yeah, do I have an inventory inside of here? Weapons. Broken sword. Better than my fists. Not that much better than my fists, but at least it's something. Who are you?
You. Hey, you. Stop. Who are you? Why would you travel here? Probably aren't very bright if you came here willingly. Trust me. Go back where you came from, while you still can. What are you saying? The passage to the valley collapsed? Ugh. Looks like we have a problem. Here's the plan. Go along this path until you find a large lake filled with poison. Around it, you should find a person named Loren. Tell him what happened, and he'll instruct you further. I see you don't have a weapon. One of my swords broke at Bitter Ridge. If you don't mind rummaging through corpses, you can have it. Now go.
You have a perfectly good sword on your back. Why can I not just have that one? I would like to have that one. But you gave me the broke boy sword. Is this the level up spot? Is this where I get stronger? Okay, so if I rest here, that's going to save the game. And then what happens if I level up? Do I have available learning points so we can take strength up? We can take it down if we wanted to. All right. Sounds good. Maybe I can, like, activate. The buttons don't let you click them unless you have a point available, I think. And can I break these barrels? I can't. Oh, what is that thing? Get out of here. Go away. I want you dead. All right, perfect. It's dead. We've managed to kill it off. It definitely looks like King's Field now that we're out of that weird smoky area. Are power attacks what this game is all about? I was going to say, because it kind of feels like to me I don't hit that hard. Part of that might have to do with the fact that my weapon isn't really a sword. It's more or less a sword's ass. But, like, you know, we're going to have to work on that. Energy blast. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to, like, hard hit things. Definitely give a little bit more hit feedback or, like, a stop frame when you smack an enemy like that. Make it feel a little bit better. Just because we're invoking, like, old school vibes and old school looks doesn't mean we can't put, like, a little bit of modern sugar on it. Oh, my God. Okay, get away from me. Yeah, don't want to be touched by you at all. I lost a little bit of health, but hopefully we'll be able to pull this one. Get him. Perfect. The attacks firing off actually do feel pretty well. It's just that they need better sound effects and they need better impact. But there's nothing wrong with the animation itself from what I can see so far. It actually feels good and flicky and snappy. Let me break these crates open real fast. We're not in a position to turn down any kind of useful, helpful utility right now, be it like health potions or anything else. Our barrel's all busted. It looks like we got a little bit of gold, and it looks like we got a magic vial. What does the magic vial do? Does it just, like, refill? Well, it's not called a magic vial inside of my inventory, so it's either a healing vial or a magica vial, I think. We've only got one of those, so that would be my best deductive reasoning right there. It looks like we got something going on down that way, but, like, let's fall back real fast. I think there was a direction that I didn't go, and I'm like an avid explorer in games like this. Like, I have to look around in every single nook and cranny, otherwise it just makes my cheeks itch. And so, break this real fast. Wasn't worth it. What else we got going on? Anything in this corner hidden away? There's a little loot back over here, and it looks like it's got 2 baddies inside of it and a treasure chest. All right, kill that thing off. Can I sneak up and get, like, a sneak attack off? I don't think the answer is yes. I think the answer was definitely no right there. I don't think I'm built for being sneaky. A Yarth Leaf. What does a Yarth Leaf do? Reduces your poison buildup and cures poison. Okay, I can live with that. Money is also good. I am down for some money. Is it possible that I can sprint? Or, like, move a little bit faster? Alright, back in action after that. I just save and go outside the game. You can't, like, adjust any of the settings while you're inside the game, at least for, like, head bob or whatever. And I cannot stand head bob, so I figured I'd get rid of it real fast. Before we go any further, I don't know. Some people don't like it when your character's just kind of motionlessly sliding across the landscape, but I also don't like head bob at all. Like, head bob drives me nuts, so I'm glad that they had, like, a toggleable action right there you could play around with. Does that open? Does not open from this side. Okay, fine by me. Ladder over on this side. Looks like we can maybe drop down and grab that health potion over there. Let me clear out all the enemies. This game is following the King's Field formula, where if you save your game, it respawns all the enemies on you. So be aware of that too, is you're gonna have to like fight your way back through the areas that you've already been inside of in order to like, you know, get back to where you were effectively. So saving in this game is gonna have to be like a conscious choice that you make while you're cruising around. Those like little worm scorpion things over there look a little bit tougher than the last few that we went up against. Do we have a map or anything that we can look at? Maybe we have to find a map of the area. That's a very King's Field-y thing to do to the player. There's a guy up here. But what I want is that potion right there. There we go. Give me my healing vial. I don't know if the damage that we took was, like, worth it, but maybe. A few more crates. Gold! Lots and lots of gold inside that one. Maybe this guy will sell me something so that I can actually be equipped. What's that right there? Oh, another healing vial. Nice. What's up with you, man?
If I were you, I'd be careful. Entering the cave without a light source is suicide. I mean, there are also incredible treasures in there that you'd surely want to get your hands on. I won't stop you from trying, but if you die in there, I'll claim everything you have in your pockets. Not that you can object then.
Alright. I don't know if this is one of those games where I can accidentally smack an NPC and like make them super enraged at me, but I'm also not in a position to turn down loot right now either. We're kind of like butt-ass naked at the beginning of an adventure, so the more healing potions and things I can get my hands on, the happier I'll be. Kick? Okay. Kick that down, and that looks like it takes me down into like a spider pit. Oh, no, never mind. It's a loop back to the original guy that we talked to. Sick, dude. I'm going to try to get my healing on then. Let's go down this way. Yup. Rest it up. And then from there, I also wanted to level up. We've got 3 learning points. Okay, I'm going to take a rough guess and say that Constitution and Strength are the ones that we want to focus on. I can also raise my resistance if I wanted to. Constitution give me a little bit more health. That gives me health, and it allows me to wield weapons better. Okay, what does Dexterity do? Alright, so Strength makes us hit harder with strength weapons. Dexterity makes us hit harder with dexterity weapons. Constitution is health. Intelligence makes us hit harder with spells and also unlock more spells. Force is purely mana, and resistance is just how much damage we take, so it's a flat damage resist. Let's go with a little bit more Constitution for right now. I'd like to have 30% more health. That sounds, or 30 more health anyways, not 30%. We'll rest it up one more time, and then let's get back on the road and see if we can make this thing happen. Was that there when we came by last time? I don't recollect this being here when I came by last time. Throwing knives. Oh, there's bats, huh? I'm gonna fight that bat. What you want to do, bat? Come on, Sky Rat, let's go. Oh, their health bar's at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. That's good to know. Come here. You started this fight. Let's finish it. Let's do this thing. Bop! 8 gold. All right, we're not going to go in there without a light source, so we got to track down a light source first. These guys do have multiple lines of dialogue each time you talk to them, too, which is a nice little change. Voice acting's a little bit spotty, but, like, I can forgive it in, like, a low-budget title. Oh, God. I'm stuck on the ladder. I was trying to have some health left. That's what I was trying to have left when I came down here. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to let me have it. The only real direction that we can go in is over that way, I think, because I think all of these are barred from behind. Yeah. So let's go this way. Does the game pause when I go into this menu? No, my hand's still moving. Can I hotkey these? So, like, let's say we go with a vial of life, right? We put those over there. All right, T is use item. I had to check it. The game actually has like an old school manual inside of it. You can go here and you can read the manual and the pages turn. So they're definitely going for that retro aesthetic pretty hard right here. I don't know if the blue ones are worse, but this guy said I could find a new weapon out here at the Poison Lake. Oh, look, they made a Christmas tree out of health potions. We probably don't want to step inside the poison, would be my estimate. Let's see if we can drag one off at a time. Oh, these ones are faster. Okay. They soak hits a little bit better, too. And if he hits me, I'm going to get poison accumulation, right? Okay. Oh, he's got Death Ray. He's got Death Ray. Oh, my sword's so short. It's the shortest sword in the realm. All right, so we've got a little bit of health back, or I'm sorry, we got a level up right there, which is nice. Maybe a little pop-up or something whenever you get XP, or like maybe a little glow to the sides of the screen that increases in intensity, like it fades in then fades out whenever you kill something and get XP. Like, I know I'm getting XP right now, but more visual confirmation of that XP would be nice too. Got you. Finish him off real fast before he does like the little poison blast on me. So he said he got in a fight over here and he broke one of his swords. And if we can find it, we can have it. I don't see a sword over here. I do see a shield though. Let me get that. Give me the wooden shield. And then, I don't know what that is out in the middle of the poison. We're going to have to do some precision platforming, I think, here if we wanted to grab that. A letter. I dropped my rune into the poison lake. Ironically, it's a poison rune. I'm not crazy enough to try fishing it out, so if you do, it's yours. As Eastern. I don't know if that counts entirely as irony. So irony is having the opposite effect as intended. So like you wear armor to protect yourself from being hurt. And then I guess it is ironic because a poison spell poisons other people, but now getting your spell back is going to get you poisoned. So I guess it's ironic. It's like an edge case. God, the length of this weapon is absolutely killing me right now. I need something longer. I need like a spear or something. He said the battlefield by the poison lake. Do I have a journal or anything where it like writes down the little objectives these guys are telling me? Or is this the kind of game where I've got to just like write it down? Not enough dexterity to use a shield. Oh, I need 5 dex. Okay, well, I guess I know what my next level up's going to work. Like, what good is a knight without a shield, man? You need the cavern key to open that? Okay. I'm still interested in finding this weapon, too. A tiny revstone. Whoa, with the charge right there. He came off the line hot. Double back on him. Okay, down goes the enemy. At least they're being nice and dropping coins for me every single time that I kill them. I'm gonna break these open real quick, too. What you got for me? What you got inside? Nothing? Man. The crates do respawn, though, whenever you save the game, which is kind of cool. I think these enemies just do damage on touch. I would probably get rid of that and just make it so... Oh, I got a little bit of poison accumulation. Let's use a life vial. Oh, that healed me up good. Okay, I'll take that. Jump to that barrel right there. This is all... a terrible idea from what I can tell. Okay, Poison Lake. We've made it to like a central tile of said Poison Lake. We don't see a sword or anything around though. I see a torch over there. Treasure chest. Let's get it. Treasure! A Yarth leaf. I don't see anything over there. What's up with the torch, though? We do have a light source, which means we can go into the cave now and maybe find what we're looking for in there. I'm kind of wondering if the sword we have right now is the one that he was talking about. That's kind of what I'm curious about. That one opens. Okay, so where did this spit me out? Like, where am I right now? Oh, I'm at the door that's on the left of where we loop back. Okay, so that's where we came through and got the crates. The thief guy's up there inside of the cave. So now we have the torch. The real question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to go back to the Poison Lake? Because there was a guy over there that we can talk to. Let's go talk to him just in case. There's also, what's that thing on the wall right there? I don't know what that is. Oh, another save point. Nice. Okay.
I don't recall seeing you. Are you new to Yarif? It's unfortunate to hear that. Too bad we have no way to inform the outside world that this is a one-way journey. Namir sent you? You're supposed to tell me the passage collapsed, and we're trapped. Idiot. Sorry, I didn't mean you. Namir, that joker. He made a mockery of this. You see, the collapse of the past is not something only you've seen here. Each of us has seen it. You can enter this cursed land, but you'll never leave. There used to be a great climber here named Yura. He tried to climb the boulders blocking the exit, and he even succeeded. However, he didn't enjoy it for long. The moment he saw the outside world, a mighty lightning bolt struck him from the sky, and Yura returned to the land of Yarif, now just charred remains. But that's not the worst part. You already noticed that you feel weaker compared to the time before you crossed the pass, and you don't know where your armor or weapons went, right? I'll tell you more. You don't even remember how you crossed the pass. Don't worry, that's normal. Probably another part of the curse that reigns over this land. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It's not that bad. If you go through the cave behind me, you'll find the Nameless village, the only reasonably safe place in Yarif. I advise you go there as quickly as possible.
Okay, so we've got a village over here. So that allows me to travel. Nothing back behind that wall. Is anything like hiding around? Yeah, there we go. A small ancient rock. I'm going to guess that I can chuck that at somebody, right? I'm already at full health, so I don't want to hit the save point just yet because I'm trying to avoid any intentional clearing of enemies that I've already cleared as much as possible. And we're at full health right now. We just used a potion, so I feel like we should continue clearing out areas. Ooh, a Ring of the Thief. What's the Ring of the Thief do? Uh-oh. Hold on. God, my attack range, dude. It's like non-existent. Okay. Am I safe here? What else we got going on in this area? There's another door over here. Where does that go to? Doesn't open from this side. A lot of one-way doors in this place, I'll tell you that. Ah, I took some damage right there. That's okay. We're about to save anyways. What's up in this tree? Oh, that's a bat! I thought there was loot laying in the tree or something. I don't know, dude. It was all glowy. Man, those bats are hard to smack with a weapon this short. I think we just have to settle that we're going to take damage whenever we scuffle with them. Good thing we didn't go into the cave. All right, another level up. We're getting stronger. Kill by kill, stab by stab. Does that one have bats inside of it? That one does not have bats inside of it, which is good. All right, got that one down too. Is there anything back behind this wall over here that I would want to get? Potion of Magicka. Trying to stay away from that bat tree because I know that we can't handle two bats at the same time. Like, we're going to get absolutely choke slammed if we try to take out two bats. However, I still haven't even looked at my Ring of the Thief yet, which I definitely want to look at. Open. Well, 8 gold's better than no gold, I suppose. Is that a bat right there? That is a bat right there. I got that one without getting hit. Maybe there's just like a timing to it. We pull 2, though. We're going to have a really bad time. All right, I got that one. I think I'm starting to get the angle on how you smack the bats. But learning curve, as with anything else. I'm going to have to figure out my blocking, too, in just a minute. Healing vial, that's good news. I like healing vials. Wish these barrels didn't take as long to smash. All right, I think I've got it now. There we go. Dropped another one. Hopefully the bats are worth a little bit of XP. This area looks like it's safe and it's cleaned out. What's up with my rings? So we can wear 4 rings. Increase the damage dealt by throwing weapons. I'm not really, like, using throwing weapons right now, but I'll throw it on. It'd be cool if you could see the rings on your character's fingers, too. Like when you put them on. What's inside this creepy-ass place? Travel. We probably don't want to travel anywhere other than the village first, because I need to buy new equipment. Like, how much gold am I sitting on right now? 322. I don't know if that's going to be enough for us to actually do anything, like, worthwhile, but Some kind of upgrade would be really appreciated right now. This weapon is short as hell and can't hit a damn thing. Seeing as we've mostly got the area cleaned out, I think I'm cool with saving and going to town. So let's rest. All the monsters are going to come back. And then from there, we definitely want to spend our learning points. So let's get like 3 points in dexterity so that we can bring that shield online. Let's get a little bit more strength just to guarantee that we hit a little bit harder. And then I will break out the wooden shield in my left hand. There we go. Oh, you're like blind while you're hiding behind it, though. Okay. Okay, the Nameless Village. I just got an achievement, so this must be where we're supposed to be at. Throwing bombs. All right. Should probably equip some of those. I don't know if they're like hand grenades. Like, what are you? Are you dangerous? How bad are you? Oh, he dies easy. Never mind. We'll just smack him up real quick. Oh. This is a strength in numbers type situation. Maybe crouching would make him easier to hit. If nothing else, XP farm. Tiny redstone. The good news is they run away when you smack them, which should make this a little bit easier. Alright, got him. The game also needs environmental sounds, like, listen, there's nothing. So when you're inside of a cave, this is a really important time, like, so what the game's been missing thus far is the immersive soundscape. Like, you've got to have the cave sort of dripping and echoing, and sort of like your footsteps going like, clack, 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 as you walk, so that it feels like you're inside of, like, a cave dungeon. Are there more of you in here, dude? I don't even know where I'm trying to go right now. Oh, we found the Nameless Village. Okay, well, that works out great. Can I have that? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take your Revstone. I'm sorry if I just robbed your grave, but I need that Revstone. It might guarantee my own safety.
You who have entered Yavin, there is no way back for you except one. Head north and find the great city of Yavin. In the ruins of its castle, you may find what you seek.
Okay, that's probably a good piece of information to know. We've played for about 40 minutes right now. Edited down, it'll probably be close to the 30. But I like what they're playing around with here. I think most of my complaints about the game are largely going to be clerical on this end. So things like the cave being dead silent, not having echoes when you hit enemies, not having the sound of dripping, or like that woo, 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 woo. You know, like that sound they always put in cave environments of like air running across the top of a bottle? Kind of like that. I definitely think the combat could use a little bit more impact too when you're striking enemies. I think a lot of that could be inferred just by getting rid of, like, I don't know, dude, when I hit an enemy, it sounds like I'm smacking them with a paper plate bean shaker. And so, like, when we hit the barrels right here, that's what I'm talking about, like a thick, chunky sound when you connect with enemies. It's like, king, you know, like, or it's got like that kind of gooey, slashy sound when it goes through them with a little bit of punch to it. I think that would be a good place to go as well. And so to my eye, they've got the aesthetic locked in of sort of those PlayStation 1 era dungeon crawlers, but they definitely need to put in like a more modern feel to the impacts and the hits and whatnot if they want it to really, really reverberate with a modern audience. Like, you can definitely have a retro aesthetic while still feeling modern. In that respect, you can definitely have retro mechanics, but still sound and feel modern. And so that's personally what I would focus on right now. That part of that is just because I'm a giant, like, sound whore. Like, I really, really, really like audio engineering and playing around with wavelengths and whatnot, and getting something to sound really, really good, and having the attack set just right, and having the faders sound just right. It just gives you, like, that oof feeling when you get it right in the pocket. And so anyways, it's something that's of interest to me, which is why I notice it inside of games. But there definitely seems to be a disparity with regards to the quality of sound effects and impact when it comes to, like, environmental objects versus enemies. And so I would work on that a little bit before a finalized commercial release. Obviously, the voice acting with this one is spotty and all over the place. I'm guessing that the developer just had a bunch of his friends do it. Some of the voice acting is fine. decent, works perfectly good for what they're trying to do inside the confines of the game. Others, definitely a little bit rough, but so far I like it. I would definitely play this a little bit further. It definitely is targeting that same demographic that something like Dread Delusion is, so I don't expect everybody in the audience to get why I like this game and why I found it enjoyable to play. Like, this is one of those you kind of had to be there in order to, like, recognize the cultural touchstones and the industry touchstones that were popular back in that PlayStation 1 era and what people like me enjoyed so much about Kingsfield games whenever they came out. So I'm definitely expecting there's going to be a big chunk of people that are like, nope, looks like garbage. But if you were there, this is definitely like a time portal back to your childhood. There's some areas that could definitely be improved and feel quite a bit better, but we'll keep an eye on it. This game's called VERHO. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we are taking a look at VERHO. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Go check out the demo for yourself.